Nathan, did you dance with us? Oh, wow. Thank you, my beautiful one. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dar, it's her birthday on Friday. And Dar, you are the one that I admire because you will be 81 this year. You still do your nails. You still go for dancing. You still driving your car. You are still inspiring so many people. You, my beautiful one, I have goosebumps. You are amazing. You are truly one of the ladies that I want to be when I am 81. I want to say thank you for taking care of your family. You are the matriarch of your amazing family. And not just your family, but your friends. So, ladies, when I was in May with Dar, she had a 3-day celebration. She had the family, but on the Sunday, all her friends come. She have so many friends that love her for many years because the way she is. And you know, my beautiful Dor, the way that you have treated your family and your friends, and even when we saw strangers, that is the biggest thing for me. Your heart is pure and it's amazing. So, ladies, if you can unmute yourself, we're going to sing to Dor happy birthday. And then before singing to Dor, I want to say Mandy, it's Mandy's mother's birthday the same day. So, Mandy, before we are singing to both of them, please tell us a little bit about your mom and how special this is for you as well.
I get well up when I'm thinking about my mom. I lost her when she was only 53 to liver cancer, and I had a 1-year-old baby, her first grandchild. So she only got to see one of her grandchildren. I have 3 grown girls, and I lost a son, as most of you know. But anyway, she was 53. She had liver cancer. She was the stalwart in my life. We lived a rough life with my father in the army, and he was abusive and everything. And at the age of 15, I had to get her away from him. And yet she continued to write. She continued to be an inspiration to me. She continued to see the good in me. And I don't just mean as her child. She saw my qualities, she saw my abilities, and she just purported them in me. She profound, it was, Mom was always there, always there. And it was the biggest, it's been the biggest gap since she passed away. My eldest daughter will be 43 in December. So she's been gone 42 years, and it still feels like yesterday. And just speaking about her here, I'm getting emotional, but I'm also in a lot of pain, so that's not helping. So my mom was my life. She still is. She gave birth to me. I came through her birth canal and ended up being the first grandchild of my grandfather. And he absolutely loved my mom as well. And when we were in the army, my dad traveled all over the world. So we were taken away from my family for many, many years. I didn't reconnect with them till I was in my 20s with 2 children at that point. But he always said to me, he said, we always loved your mother. We always loved your mother. And these are my father's family, right? So my mom, even now, I can feel her energy. I feel her love. I seek her guidance many times. Sometimes I don't know if I'm receiving it, but then something will happen, or something will show up, or someone will say something. It's like, there's Mom again. There's Mom again. So happy birthday, Mom, infinitely.
Thank you, my beautiful Mandy. And while you were just talking, I prayed because I had 22 minutes left to do this show, and the power just came on. So I am truly happy. So
That's
first
my
of
mom.
all,
That's my mom saying you needed the power. Love you, Mom.
I am over the moon. So, ladies, unmute yourself and please let us sing happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, beautiful
birthday.
heart.
Happy
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 birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Hip hip.
Yay! Big
I took
hugs.
your picture if you don't mind, because this is a sweet, sweet memory that you're making for me. Thank you.
Oh wow. So if I can quickly have Ronnie and Ivy, just your faces, then I will do a screen. Ronnie, if you can quickly come in. And ladies, if you're ready, one.
En die voeten weer.
Go wait for Ronnie. 1, 2, 3. Another pose.
Oh,
Okay, ladies, I have it. Ronnie, please, you can put your camera off. Laurie, thank you so much for being here. Angel, Evie, I want to say thank you. So, ladies, let me quickly put on my light. And actually, I'm going to start with Dar. I said I'm going to start with Mandy, but Mandy, I will do your second, Dar. If you can tell us what you have put down for March that you said you're going to do and you have done it. And then I will quickly go and put on the light.
okay. Well, as my name says, Dara Geiger, I am an author. And this is my book, Reignite Your Joy, Let God Lead Your Dance Through Life. And it's my biography of what I was like before I got saved by Christ and what happened after I asked Jesus into my heart to help me change because I couldn't do it by myself. So my goal, and this came out in 2020. I worked on producing this with my publisher in 2020. So it was a rough year for everybody. And I am very honoring and respectful of whatever you've been through. However, that year for me was kind of significant because I ended up becoming an author, and I took about the birth of a child, 9 months, to work with my publisher to create my book. So it came out in 2021, February of 2021. So long story short, 2 years later, we fast forward to today, I've been doing a lot of work on speaking, getting trained to speak. That's how Sanet and we were blessed with each other, meeting in our Speakers Live group almost 2 years ago. So my goals have been all about selling my book and blessing women. I love to speak to women's groups, and my goal was to have, for this year, is to have 2 events per month, per year. So I excelled more than 2 events in March.
Wow.
Which is great. So, having goals is a good thing. It's a very good thing. And so I'm working on marketing myself, and I have a slideshow presentation that I can present to ladies groups and other groups as I have the opportunity. So much more than what I had planned on, really, has been accomplished. And I know the value of what Sanet is trying to help all of you with by having goals. It's very important because you are so valuable to God. He's got plans for all of your lives, and there's a future for all of us. And yes, indeed, keep on trucking, keep on learning from Sanet and understanding your value, your potential as a woman. We're all Wonder Women anyway, right? I'm sure all of us, we've all got great stories. So I pray for the best for all of you, and thank you for singing that beautiful song. I captured you on my camera singing to me, and this was unexpected. So I did not expect this to be, my birthday celebration today. I thought it was just a regular play day. But so thank you, Sanet. I just love you to the moon and back. Thank you.
Thank you, my beautiful Dar. And do you have one specific thing for April that you can give to us so that we can help you accountable for it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's still the same. It's still to tap 2 speaking events. And to attack my list of marketing. I'm learning how to market myself because I had a business for 20 years where it was a nutrition business and I was marketing everybody else. And so I'm on the learning curve about how to market myself, and I need help.
So my
So,
beautiful daughter, on the line here is Evie. She have done marketing for 18 years. She is also going to help me in a little bit. I'm not too sure because she's got a deadline that she needs to complete her book on by the 12th of April from High House, but she will tell us a little bit more. But after that, she's going to help me with a little bit of my marketing. So maybe, Evie, we can actually put a masterclass together. Look at all the ladies, yes? And maybe you can help us all a little bit. That will be amazing, amazing. So, my beautiful doll, one more question. What is your most favorite fairy tale and why?
I adored Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Those dwarfs were so cute. I don't know if all of you are familiar with that movie or not, but
Yes.
it's romance, and she found her prince and he kissed her, and she had a wonderful future, a happy forever lifestyle. But the dwarfs were so cute, happy, grouchy, or happy and grumpy, and I forget all the names, but they just kind of depicted our emotions as women too. So that's why I love them so much.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, my beautiful daughter. So, two ladies is in the car, Angel, Marie, and Laurie. So, we will be going to you soon, ladies, I promise. But I would love just to quickly talk to Mandy. Mandy, if you can share your wins for March and what are you planning for April? And what is your favorite fairy tale?
So much to remember. So I'm still working on my taxes, but I have till the end of April. But they are coming along nicely. So I'm happy about that. For April and May, 2 of my biggest dreams are coming true here in Canada for me. I'm going live on a stage at 2 conferences to speak, and I've been gifted the tickets for both by the organizers, and it's just mind-blowing. And then I'm on a virtual with the Captor Connection. I was the poet for them for their last conference that opened every day with a poem. This year, I'm actually going to be a speaker. So this next month now, right through to the middle of May, is just jam-packed with all these speaking things that are happening, which are a part of my passion. And I'm now also, I've had a huge mindset change, shall we say, to appreciate. I have been paid as a speaker from time to time, but now it's time to be paid as a speaker every time. So I'm capitalizing on my keynote addresses, and I'm saying no to anybody who doesn't want to pay me because I know what I'm worth. I've been doing this for over 20 years, right? So anyway, this is all exciting for me. I'm not showing it right now because I'm burning up with pain, but I'm getting through it. Getting through it. My back, you could fry an egg on it right now. It's just wringing wet, but that's okay. You can't see that, I hope. So I've got to get this, with God's healing, I've got to get this right now for the end of, halfway through this month and forward. My favorite nursery rhyme, I couldn't even pinpoint one. I was raised with Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. And anyone that wants to Google that and go into that book, it's just full of everything. But I will tell you something that has always struck me and always stayed with me. And I've actually recited this poem in public many, many times and enacted it. It was the Pied Piper of Hamelin in Germany. I'll just give you a couple of verses very quickly as I can remember it. In Hamelin's town in Brunswick, by the famous Hanover city, the river Weser, deep and wide, washes its walls on the southern side. A pleasanter spot you never did spy, 'tis here begins my ditty. Almost 500 years ago, to see the townsfolk suffer so, from vermin 'twas a pity. Rats, they fought the dogs and killed the cats and bit the babies in their cradles, made nests inside men's Sunday hats and licked, and it's just gone. So the fairy tale in this was this piper that came in town of Hamlin, which was infested with rats. It was just, they had them for years, couldn't get rid of them. And he went to the council and he said, I have the answer to get rid of your rats. And they said, really? Well, if you can get rid of the rats, we'll give you 1,000 guilders, which way back then was huge. And anyway, he played his pipe and he went up the side of a mountain. All the rats followed him out of the village. The mountain closed with one rat left behind on the outside. Just remember that very briefly, on the outside. And then he went back to the town council and said, I've come for my 1,000 guilders. And they reneged on their promise to him. And the mayor said, why should we pay you now? You've got rid of, we don't need you anymore. So he said, one last time, I'm asking you for my money that you promised me. And if I don't get it, you will pay the price. Well, they said no. So he played his pipe again. Every child in the village was lured into the mountain. One child left behind crippled, and all those were gone. And she was the one crippled to go back to the mayor and saying, you shouldn't have lied, you should have listened. So the reason that stuck with me is because I've never, ever believed in lies, not even a white lie. A lie is a lie. The truth which comes from love is what I stand for and represent. And I cannot abide liars and anything in that way. So that is a really profound story that's had a lot of meaning for me, and I've kept throughout. I taught children, let your yes mean yes and your no no. Anything aside from that, as the scripture says, is from the wicked one. So that's why it's so profound to me. That's what I love. But I love all of the fairy tales because I was raised on it, and I've got goosebumps. Wow. So thank you for letting me share that. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. So, Ronnie, I know you cannot speak, so you are welcome to put your details in and I will read it. So, I will go over to Angel quickly. Angel, if you can unmute yourself, you are on an amazing journey with your new look, your new feeling, your new path you going. It's going to be quite an experience to see what else you are bringing our way. So, Angel, if I can give it over to you, my beautiful one.
Thank you, my beautiful one. And I want to really honor Dell, who's the birthday celebration, and be able to be in that vibration with her. What an honor feeling that energy. So thank you for that and putting that together, Sanet. And, you know, I just adore you.
Thank you.
And thank you. And so in the and what I'm doing, what you're talking
Yes, so for
about is rebranding. Rebranding. Can you hear me?
yes, you did rebranding in March. Yes, yes.
Okay. So there's been a lot of rebranding and a lot of movement in the business and a lot of growing within me and the self-development and taking a look at how do we want to show up. There's been a lot of growth that I can share. So now what we're doing is the TV shows that are coming. How do we want to structure the TV shows? We can hiatus for those forever. So there's how do we want to show up there, and then also all the opportunities for speaking is starting to come, and it's how do we want to navigate. So the team is coming together. So we're actually we've been shooting a lot of videos and doing a lot. We've got new editors, so it's been so wonderful to be able to know that I'm going to be able to serve in a bigger and bigger and bigger. That's going to just keep serving and bringing all you lovely ladies with us. And
Wow.
gentlemen, I mean, the guys are welcome.
Wow, amazing,
So
amazing. I
thank you.
cannot wait.
And I
Woo!
think it's gonna be pretty big and it's gonna be fun.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, my
So
beautiful angel. And your fairy tale?
I never really in that stuff. To tell you the truth, I never really I didn't sit still for any of that fairy tale shit. I called it that. It just didn't resonate, you know. I was no. So the only cartoon or anything that I even watched because I was different, that's for sure. Because I'd rather be outside playing than watching a cartoon that was just stupid. It was, they just. So it was the Jetsons.
So
Of
I
course,
don't
the
know
Jetsons
them.
is the only one that. Oh, okay. So anyway, that's really me.
Oh, wow. So Angel, beautiful Dar says she knows about the Jenkins, but in South Africa, I don't think we know about that. So unfortunately, we can. Oh, you know Antoinette? Okay, Antoinette says she knows about that. Oh, wow. Thank
Oh, okay, okay. That is so. That is awesome. Thank you,
Thank you. So Angel,
everybody.
you are welcome to stay and listen, but if you need to go, you're also welcome to go. And before I go over to Laurie,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
y- yes, Angel?
No, I'm saying bye, guys. I love you.
Bye bye,
Love you.
Angel.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
So much for being with us. You, my girl, are truly amazing. And you know, everything you touch, everything you do is so beautiful. So I don't know if you can quickly come on and tell us about what you have promised yourself and what are you going to do for April for yourself and what is your fairy tale?
Well, thank you. I normally don't have time to come and join you because I'm so busy trying to rebuild, rebirth. And I'm delighted to be able to stop in and see what you're doing for a change. I greatly admire you and the way you connect with everyone. What I'm doing for the month of April, well, I'm working on revising my book. It's undergoing a metamorphosis, and I'm hoping to republish it this month. And then I'm also been given an honor as a woman on fire. And so I'll be doing that at the end of the month. And then the only other thing I'm doing that's kind of interesting is some day surgery to remove a tumor from my nose. But that's a minor thing and it's benign.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. And
And fairy tales, yeah, I don't really I mean, I like a lot of them. Um, but one of the ones that I think of a lot is the little boy in the dike, who kept trying to stop all the holes with his fingers and toes. And I kind of feel like that a lot
oh, wow.
because I take on, I think, too much.
Oh, wow. Amazing. So, ladies, when I met Laurie, she did a lot of book covering for the group that I was in. And you know, I know that you have changed not only the covers and made it beautiful, but for me, that just looking from the outside in, because remember, I didn't do a book as yet, and I was not in the group that long. For me, and you were also not too long in the group as well. For me, it also showed that in a way that you not really appreciate for all your talent. And you know, my beautiful Laurie, that was one of the things that I felt so dear to you because of all the amazingness that you are presenting. And for me, feeling that people don't appreciate you for what you stand for, what all the beautifulness you bring. So that's a big thing for me. And I just want to say I'm super proud of you revamping your story and just revamping your life. You had a major accident and you are just taking everything every day, step by step. And I am truly proud of you, my beautiful Laurie. Thank you so much for being an inspiration for me as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm touched.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
So, Laurie, I know you're in the car. If you can continue to listen to the other laser, it will be wonderful. If you have to go, it is also good. Thank you so much. Mandy is
You're
well with
welcome.
you. Sorry, Laurie.
I said you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Mandy, for you as well. When you have to go and lie down, you're welcome to go. Thank you so much. So then I want to say thank you so much. So, ladies, I think I will go to the next person, and that is Jaisri. Jaisri, you are welcome to share your bits that you need to share, and then we will be doing sorry after that, if that is okay with everyone. You are welcome to go, Jaisri.
Thank you. Can you hear me clearly? I'm just connecting from my phone today. Okay, great stuff. So firstly, thank you. I'm not sure if Mandy's still on the call. She is. Thank you for sharing that story. My mom passed away at 52 years old, and sometimes I wonder if I should have gotten over it, but by you sharing your story, it made it okay. I do still speak to my mom. I still get her guidance. So thank you. Just thank you for sharing that. Sometimes you feel like you're all alone and you're the only one struggling with it. It was just like I shared that pain. So thank you. And then thank you, Mandy. And then with all the birthdays, and who was it that mentioned the vibration? Was it Dara? Somebody mentioned the vibration of
It was
this time and
Angel.
the special time.
It was Angel.
Yes,
Yeah.
Angel, thank you. Because my little boy Nate's birthday is on Saturday and he's my Easter baby. So I feel blessed to be around this energy and these people in my life. And I feel like it's an extra special and extra powerful time. All times are good for manifestation, but there are some times that are just slightly better, where there's energy and you can feel it. And thank you for affirming that. So for March, a lot of things on my vision board are starting to come true. Specifically, I'd say that stands out is I started writing again, and writing for me is very therapeutic. My dream is to write a book someday. So I started writing again, and the creativity is just flowing. And what I wanted to share is my experience with Sanet and Dr. Rani. So I'm so glad she's on the call. I know the camera's off, but I know she's listening. Is I set myself a goal. I'm turning 40 here, and my goal was to learn to ride a bicycle by December last year. And I didn't achieve the goal at the end, and it was okay, I understand, and we moved the timelines, but not last weekend, the previous weekend. So I've been going out with it every single weekend and trying to balance, and the previous weekend, I literally lifted up the bike and threw it. And I was so angry, and I'm 1.7 meters. That's how tall I am. So it should give you an indication how big the bike is, because I just wasn't getting it. And why I shared about my mom as well, Mandy, is you'll see now with the story. So I was angry. It was a Sunday because I wasn't getting it. And because I wasn't getting it, I felt like a failure. And then I was angry at my parents, at my father for never being there. I mean, which parent doesn't sacrifice at least that for their child? And I was angry that I'm almost 40 and I can't get it. And I felt my mom talking to me, and in my mind I spoke to her back and said, no, I'm not listening to anything. I'm angry. And I feel like, and I even said, like, in my next lifetime, I'm not going to choose you as my parents because of, you know, what's happened. And then I had the anchoring song with Sanet, and I spoke to her. It was the Monday afterwards, and I spoke to her about it, and she gave me some tips, and we anchored my forever song, which helped. Then I think it was on the Tuesday I met for Dr. Rani, and she also gave me some tips. So now this past Saturday, I decided, okay, and I made a promise to Sinet. I was like, yes, okay, I'm going to go out again. I go out as promised, and not expecting much, but when I picked up the bike, there was this first thought of, oh, what are you doing? But immediately after that, I remembered my forever song. I used it. That forever song and those words of advice from Dr. Rani and Sanet overpowered those negative memories and those negative thoughts. And from giving up pretty much the previous Sunday, I'm sure it was twice for 500 meters, could have been more. I was balancing with both my feet up in the air and going. And when Sanet was telling me how I would feel, and Dr. Rani as well so I need to put my feet on the pedals, but just to get that balance, I was not getting it, right? So I felt the wind in my hair and I felt this freedom. It was so amazing. And I realized the power of these techniques, that it can really change your mind. So thank you, Sanet, for that. What also happened is, for the first time, I fell, okay, on the bike. But if I tell you I fell in slow motion, it is like somebody held the bike and held me down into the floor. And then my husband, Clint, and Nate were ahead of me. And then they just saw me getting up and they were all like, you know, what happened? Are you okay? You're hurt? And I don't know. I was just, it's like I literally just lay on the floor. I wasn't hurt. And I feel like that was like my mom's hands, or, you know, just guiding me on. And that was before I managed to balance. Like, it was just trying to get to the place. You can imagine, just, you know, with my feet on the floor. So it's a beautiful experience, and I can't thank you ladies enough. And I was only able to achieve that through being surrounded by amazing and inspirational women like you, and talking about my struggles and sharing, and then taking the advice and implementing it. And it worked. I can't believe, from one weekend, almost like I was going to break that bike. I could have, if I had a hammer, it was just going to be gone. I was prepared to even leave it and let someone steal it. Clint found it and brought it back home. So anyway, thank you for that. It was so amazing. And so my April goal is to lose 2 kgs. And I know I chatted to Sanet about this a little bit as well. I've lost 20 kgs since last year. I'm trying to get my BMI emigrate. So I want to also, you know, getting older and being an Indian. I am Indian female. I am prone to diabetes. So I'm just trying to get my health in order. So to get my BMI normal, I need to lose 5 kgs. So I've decided, okay, let's just do 2 or even 1 in April. So please hold me to it, and I will give you feedback on that. And then, well, there's lots of other things, but that's really, you know, the important ones for me, because it's so connected to my health. And then my favorite fairy tale, so many, because I love to dream and imagine. I'm going to say 2 ranked. So number 2 is Rumpelstiltskin. And I love how the main character was able to trick Rumpelstiltskin in the end. And for me, it's that age-old battle of good versus evil. And for me, the evil I see is those negative thoughts and that mindset that can cripple you. And for me, you know, you can win that over. And number 1 is Alice in Wonderland. I love it. The writing and the Red Queen, with off with the head and everything. It turns logic around. And I've always loved that and been attracted to those kind of people that challenged the norm and saw things differently. And that book for me was actually a way where I didn't feel so alone. I didn't feel like an outcast or misunderstood. I felt like, okay, somebody gets it. So just that whole logic and how it's just flipped around in its head. That's how I love to live life and challenge things and challenge status quos and what we've been taught and what we've been indoctrinated to believe. So thank you very much
Oh,
for
wow.
that. That's me, Sanet. And
Well,
I will be writing my review on the group, but I wanted to share this with you and on this forum that this is actually my experience. This thing works.
wow,
Please do it.
amazing.
If you haven't done your Forever song, please do it. With Sanet.
Oh,
Amazing.
wow. Thank you
Mhm.
so much, Desiree. That was amazing. And I knew that you are going to ride your bike. I knew you're going to do it. So, congratulations. Then, if I can move to sorry, if you can just tell us. And after sorry, we will quickly do a song. Then I'm going to ask Evie and Antoinette to share and Melanie to share and Wendy. And then I would also love to introduce to you ladies Yolandi, my sister and my beautiful daughter in New Zealand. They are not part of the admin anymore from the Diamond Beauties, but Yolandi, she's all the way there in Portugal. She is still going to help me to approve some of the posts. If you are becoming an expert and you're able to contribute on a regular basis, I will be making you an expert, and then your post will not be approved because you will be one of my inner lady that will know just to we are motivating, because still today we do get a lot of people that want to sell their business, sell their services, and I just delete everything because this is not the group for that. The group is too for inspiration. So, sorry if I can give it all over to you.
Greetings and hello, my beautiful friends. Good to see you all again. As now I haven't on the beauties for a while, but I was trying.
I am so happy I could play your forever song. So the next one on the list is Ivy. Are you able to unmute yourself? And then,
Hi.
hi, Ivy. So please tell us, please, lady.
What I accomplished for what I manifested for the month of March.
Yes.
So March, I used to do one word for the year, and now I do one word for each month. And of course, March began with M, so it was magical manifesting March for me. And what I manifested many of my intentions. And among the intention was to begin again my Wealth Creation Wednesday shows at 2:00, and you've been part of it. And I wanted to manifest wonderful women, and I manifested you because we had so grateful to my friend Marty. I had originally met you last year when I asked Marty to be one of my co-hosts in my yearly conference. And then through his group, I met you, and I wanted you to come to the conference, but somehow we disconnected. And then one day I found something about you, then I connected with your YouTube video, and it just like the energy that was coming through that video. I immediately reached out to you. So I manifested you truthfully in the month of March, as well as, like I said, the Wealth Creation Wednesday show, and of course, the Fabric Women group. And of course, I also wanted to manifest 12 women to try my upcoming journal. And instead of 12, I manifested 22 that signed up. 22 women signed up to do a trial run for my book proposal that I'm submitting to Hay House. For those of you that may not be from the United States, but probably wherever you are, you know that Hay House is the #1 publisher of spiritual books. It published one of my mentors. I'm sure you've probably seen this one. Where can I see it? This is Dr. Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. And so I'm so grateful that I'll be submitting my journal and later on this year my book to Hay House. And so I'm so grateful for all the magnificent women and how blessed I feel that I almost doubled my intention. And so there's 22 women that are trying to experience so that I can finish in April, which is right now. By Wednesday, I have to submit. I did find Sanet, one editor here that will review my first draft of the book proposal for Hay House. And then by the 12th, my book proposal, I want it to be completely done and submitted to Hay House for them to, of course, it will become theirs. And I'm excited about just finishing my book proposal and doubling the amount of women that are currently in the Fab Rich Women community. And like Jay Shree, she said something about releasing some weight. And so I intend to release 2 pounds during the month of April. And I'm just declaring that April, since it begins with the letter A, will be an abundant April, abundance. So may we all experience abundance in every area of our lives. Abundance is ours for the asking. So ask and you shall receive abundance.
Wow. And your fairy tale, my beautiful Evie?
Okay, so when I was a kid, I grew up partly in the island of Puerto Rico, and my mom was always busy being a single mom. So really, I don't remember too much about any readings when I was little, or any stories, or I didn't watch much TV. I didn't like cartoons. I didn't understand. I was out like pretending that I had a dollhouse and I was cleaning out a pig pen, where you put pigs. And I was cleaning that out and I made that my little area outside to play. So yes, I played in a pig pen. So I didn't read a lot of books, but my favorite book, and I will have to change my virtual background so you can see it. And you could tell me how many of you are familiar with Dr. Seuss. How many of you are familiar with Dr. Seuss? Oh my goodness. So this is the book, and I love buying books that appear to be for children, but they are for adults. And if you would allow me, it's a few sentences. I can read a few sentences to inspire you as we begin the second quarter of 2023, and we have 90 days to really 10x our lives and manifest so much. And so congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. So this book, I recommend it. I might read it later on because I love this book. You remember that we started March. I think you were there when I started with a book that seems to be for children that one of my friends wrote. And so Dr. Seuss is my child adult book. And I just love it because it's a cute book, and I'll do a video later and share it so everybody can hear it. This is a great book, Antoinette, for your child. And it's a great book for us to read once a month. And remember that today is your day and you can achieve anything you want. Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Beautiful, beautiful, Ivy. And I just wanted to say to Antoinette and Jaisri, thank you so much for for taking up and doing. I also said to Ava, I can look at the emails and everything for a Monday, because we didn't have a lot of Wi-Fi, but I'm so happy that out of the Diamond Beauties, you also got a few ladies that was able to help you. So thank you so much, ladies. Antoinette, and now it's your time, my beautiful one.
Thank you, Evie. I actually do have that book for my children. And the first time I read it, I was like, what? This is like so deep. And wow, I don't know if my children are getting this, but as I was reading it, I was getting more inspired. I was like, this book's really cool. This is really amazing. I didn't expect it at all. And then it was very long as well, and it just doesn't seem to end, but it was incredible. I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than my children. So yeah, we have that one and several others. Okay, so as I'm listening to everybody, I'm contemplating, so what the heck am I going to say? Because I'm not entirely sure, but last month for me, so I'm pregnant. I'm 16 weeks pregnant this week. And for those of you that don't know, it was a surprise, and I was quite stunned, freaked out, like all those emotions, not planned. Everything has always been planned. This is like just very, very deurmekaar, and very. Does the Americans know what deurmekaar means?
The word that Ivy just, Antoinette have just used is an Afrikaans word, deurmekaar. It means your life is upside down and you are making like going around like a merry-go-round,
Yeah.
and you don't know if you're up or down or left.
You're upside down. Deurmekaar, upside down is almost probably close. Anyways, so yeah, that was my first few months just coping with that. And then last month I was like, okay, I did the budget, and because now we need to save because this was not planned for. But then thankfully I've gotten out of the hormones and the freaking out and the panicking and all of that. And I'm now settled back into myself, and I can feel like, okay, cool, I can breathe again. And so that was last month, the budget, just coping. And then this month, I feel like I'm actually, for the first time, like I've always thought I've known who I was. And I did my NLP and I saw a life coach when I was in 2019, and I sorted out all my negative anchors, and I sorted out all the things that was holding me back and negative emotions, and I really felt free, and I was like introduced to this whole new world. And then of course COVID and all the other stuff that happened, and I thought that was it. But I don't know, the more this year I'm like realizing I don't really know myself. It's like I've swept the room clean, but I need to now really decide, like, who am I? What does these things mean to me? For me, just to talk to you guys like this and not think about what I'm actually saying and just saying what's in my heart is huge. Because normally I would panic and I'll just go quickly and I'll just, okay, goodbye, just thanks everyone, and just judge absolutely every word. So for me this month, as I was listening to you guys, I really feel like I'm settling into myself, like starting to just accept that this is me. So I want to cry.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, yeah. I wasn't planning on crying, that's for sure. So, yeah, so thank you. That's me. I'm just embracing this, and yeah, gosh, I really don't want to cry.
It's okay, because you have feelings, and you just have spoken out of your heart, and you can believe that speaking out of your heart is the most beautiful words, and things coming out there, it's out of your heart. And because we all love you, we accept whatever you want to say to us, because we love you.
Thanks. Okay, cool. So that was not planned. But thank you. This is now just me again, accepting myself. And so the last thing that I wanted to say is I actually really loved all fairy tales. I was a fairy tale junkie. And so I loved it when the prince came in and saved the princess. And I loved it when, you know, it's just, I love the romance and I love the prettiness and ballrooms and the, you know, the dresses and just everything just swept off your feet. And I wanted to be taken by a prince. So I really fell for all of that. And the thing I've searched for when I left school was my, you know, who is going to be my husband. Like I was like really searching for that forever man. And so I feel like I found him, ups and downs, 20 years later. So, you know, I think it did affect my life in a way. My favorite one, I really loved Cinderella, but then also Aladdin was two, I think, highlights. Yes, I watched them over and over, guys. I really don't know which one was my favorite. But yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for listening.
Wow. And with, you know, Antoinette, I'm so proud of you because, ladies, when I asked Antoinette to come and share last year, no, she didn't want. But I was keeping on. And then, I don't know, there was quite a mix up. And then she said she doesn't want to come. And
because of the baby, Sanet, because my hormones were like, deur mekaar. Okay? I was like,
so, and then she
like a
came,
tornado.
and then her first speaking engagement, then we had that troll, that guys that came
Yeah.
and shouted and put such ugly words on poor Antoinette. She was the first to go, and we had all these people that come and interrupt her. But you know, I could see the power in you, Antoinette, because you came then last, and what you said last was so amazing because it came out of your heart. And you know, the way that you said it, and you were steadfast and you delivered it with so much love. And on the 17th of April, Antoinette is going to come and share on abundance. And she is ready. She is like excited. So, my beautiful Antoinette, first of all, thank you for trusting me with your forever song anchoring. And just looking at you and see if the lightness in you is like truly amazing. And thank you for stepping up and inspiring us. I know you do have your own group as well, but you also inspire the Diamond Beauty. So thank you so much. Mwah.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and then before going to Melanie, sorry, say pleasure to meet all the new beauties and happy to see all my old friends. I was not on the beauties for a while due to being very ill. Thanks to Lord above, I am much better. I have a part-time job that I currently can't keep up, but I am, let me just move it up, I am working on getting better. To go there in April. My fairy tale is Little Red Riding Hood. She was innocent and very brave. Thank you all. So thank you so much, my beautiful Sari. I'm also so happy that God have made you so much better that you can be here with us because I did also miss you very much. So my beautiful Melanie, you can go ahead and then I will look for Ronnie's feedback to read to you all.
Yes, so thank you. My favorite fairy tale, I think, is Matrix #1.
Okay.
No, it's not, normally it's not a fairy tale, but I think that, you know, the story with the red pill and the blue pill, and I think it's a kind of a fairy tale, even though it's not supposed to. I used to read a lot of fairy tales in my language, in French, but then when I studied psychology, they made me read a book about the psychoanalysis of all the fairy tales, and now I'm scared of the fairy tales, you know? What they wrote about it. Oh, so yeah, but I think that there was Aladdin, of course, which is magical. A lot, yeah, with the princess and stuff, and also what Sanet said about the Wizard of Oz. I think there is a very nice interpretation in this book from Florence Scovel-Shinn. She talks about that, the metaphysics behind that fairy tale. And also this book, maybe it's not a very classic fairy tale, but I think it's also when we talked about the stories, but that are for adults. I think this is also a great one. I don't know if you know this one, Jonathan Livingstone. Yeah. So yes, that's about a lot of powerful metaphors, I think.
And then Ronnie said it's your cat's birthday today.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Happy birthday for your cat's cat's birthday.
Yeah, Lou. Yes, he's happy. I don't know, he's in the room, he's somewhere. Yeah, he's a funny cat.
So Melanie, what are your intentions for April?
For April, it's continuing what I started in March, which was pushing through fears and doing it anyway. So recently I went back to I mean, not online but offline event to do networking, and I was not. It was so weird after the COVID. It was the first time, so I did a few things like that too. Sleeping Beauties about the Stockholm syndrome. Wow, yes, that's exactly what I said about how scary it is when you dig deeper. Yes, exactly. Great comment. So yeah, it's about doing networking in a different way, because as an introvert, I don't like small talk much, and I had to find a way that was meaningful. And also I have a bit of a challenge when I go into a room with a lot of people, because I'm very empathic. So my body is processing a lot of stuff from others. Most of the time, I haven't found a complete solution for that yet, but I did it anyway, and creating connection on the local market with leaders. And now I will be connecting people so that they can make business together and create strong network for them. And also, I think I will challenge myself with singing also a bit more, writing new songs, maybe not a few in a month, but at least one or something like that. And yeah, I think the idea is to do what I have to do and to do it anyway. So yeah.
Amazing. So may I have your permission to help you with two of your quests that I heard in your feedback to us?
Is it more scary than the fairy tale psychoanalysis?
No, it's not scary at all.
Okay.
You can take my word for it. Are you ready for me to share?
Yes. Tell me.
So first of all, if you're in a scenario where there's a lot of people and because you are an empath, you take a lot of people's energy, and you give a lot of energy out. So you are drained. Only a little while you are there, and you are a little while there, you feel like you need a nap now because people taking your energy. So first of all, before you go, you put yourself in a pink bubble. So just imagine putting the bubble all around you, and the pink is love, pink bubble for love. And then when you do feel a little bit of, your energy is dipping a little bit. So your belly button is the way to your energy, is your birth, but also the way to your energy. So you cannot really stand like this because your aura all around you, you cannot stand to close your belly button. So all you do, my belly button is here, just put your hand, cover your belly button, because that will protect you for giving your energy out. If you can give it out when you have enough, but if there's a lot of people and you feel drained, the first thing you do, just cover your belly button, and that will help with the energy and your aura to keep your energy inside of you. That is quite amazing. And then if you feel like it's okay again, you can talk again with your hands, but then as soon as you feel your energy is going, it's easy. Just put your hand, cover your belly button. Okay, that's the first thing, because I know exactly what you're saying. I do give a lot of energy, loving energy to everybody in my vicinity. Sometimes I do need, so that's why I will cover my belly button. The second thing is, if you do stand in front of somebody and you're not an extrovert like me, you can always connect to one of the sentence the person is saying, and then you just concentrate on that person. You say to him or her, but this is the magic, Melanie. Okay, I'm just gonna do this to make it a drama queen so that you will remember it. You will tell him or her, tell me more. Because as soon as if the person see that you are interested in them and you tell them, tell me more, you just need to listen, because the people will share, and that will also help a little bit if you are not an extrovert, because you are able to pull a little bit more out of people because you shown interest in them. So I hope those 2 tips will be able to help you in your next adventure on outside, connecting with other people.
Thank you so much. Yes, it makes sense.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. And then I looked at the message, Ronnie, and maybe I've missed it. So, Deidre, if you can help me, or just look for me for Ronnie's. Thank you, Ronnie, for that. Ronnie said for a helpful tip. If you can just help me see where is Ronnie's feedback, then I will be going to Wendy, and after Wendy, Yolandi. So, Wendy, what did you do for March, and what are you going to do for April? And what's your fairy tale, my beautiful lady?
So, hi everybody. I'm going to be quick because it's getting a bit later in the evening. So March was pretty much, just keeping on going. But I'm so excited. I've decided to, this Saturday, in fact, I'm going to be baptized, and I'm really quite excited about it. And I was speaking to the pastor in our local church, a friend and myself are being baptized, and there's a third lady who said she'd also like to be baptized. And apparently the water is freezing cold, so we were discussing all of this and how it would be. But I just have such a nice feeling about it. I'm really quite excited. But yeah, and I'm hoping, in the past I've explored so many different beliefs and religions, and I've taken a little bit from each of them, but none of them have really, to a large extent, given me peace in my heart. And since I've been going to church and kind of accepted Christ as my savior, I feel more peace in my heart. So I'm quite excited, and also to be able to just hand over to him and hopefully be guided by him. So that's my plan for April. So very different to everybody else. But yeah, I'm just keeping on keeping on, eh? And fairy tales. Yeah, look, I'm a softie, so I like all the romantic, pretty girls, and they live happily after, and the prince comes to them, you know, on a big white horse and shining armor. So yeah, all those fairy tales. So Cinderella, you know, the good winning over the bad and happy endings, and even Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I enjoyed all of them. And yeah, I think that's about it. Eh?
Wow, Wendy, I have goosebumps because I remember quite clearly just when we started, Dar, and you were the catalyst because we were talking and Wendy was telling me, she said, Sanet, I think I need to go to church. I need to get something. And Dar have inspired me so much. And I remember Wendy, it was April last year when we had
Yeah,
our self-love reflection, this self-reflection 4-week course. And after that, how amazing. So I have goosies all over. It's a year later. It's a year
yeah.
later. Wow, Wendy.
So yeah, so I'm quite excited, and I'm just hoping, praying, and trusting that it will work out. Eh?
It will, because you know, my beautiful Wendy, the first thing is faith, as you hope and faith and believe. That's also why it's part of my principles. Because I can tell you there was some stuff that happened that I never knew. Like, just may I give you one example? My last 12 episode was Sunday. And I have quite a lot of ladies that I've told. I said to the ladies, I know I'm going to continue, but I don't know how. I don't know when. To be able to continue with my TV show. I even said to Aaron, the CEO, I will help with the company. I will help them, the marketing director, with all the artwork because I am excellent with Canva. And guess what? Just before Sunday, my 12 last gifted episode, I got an email to say, yes, you can continue and we will have a meeting in this week and the marketing guy are happy. So it means
Wonderful,
I will be able
wonderful.
to help him with some of the designs that I love to be able to continue my TV show. How amazing. But
Yeah, it's great.
God have put that in my mind because I was in the shower and I said to I said, God, please, you know my agreement with you on top of the Empire State Building. How can I continue? And the first thing that came to mind, but Sinead, you are always waiting for the artwork from this guy because he's always at the last end. I actually can eat my hat up because sometimes I wanted to start with the advertising and it doesn't come. So why not say you can help him? And now they have accepted me. So I can do mine first because now I can do it today and do the advertising today. So I am so excited. So my beautiful Wendy, it's going to be amazing. You just know it's going to be amazing. And
Yeah,
expecting miracles every day. And that is beautiful, just to expect miracles every day. Because God loves us so much that He is giving us miracles every day. We just need to make sure that we notice them and that we are in the present moment. So I am so happy. Congratulations, Wendy. Congratulations. And then, my beautiful Yolandi, if you can quickly show your face, I just want to quickly tell the ladies, hello, beautiful. Oh, hello, hello. Oh, she is so big. So Yolandi is my sister's think they call it a niece because it's my brother-in-law's sister's daughter. So in Afrikaans we call it a klein niggie, but I think it's a niece, not a cousin, a niece in the English language. And Yolandi is going to help me, keep on helping me to approve some of the posts and also look at it when people joining us. If it's not an invite from any of you, we actually go and investigate, is this person a real person? Is this person, what is going on their Facebook? Because I don't want any scammers to come into the Diamond Beauty. So Yolandi is going to help me with that. So Yolandi, first of all, thank you so much, my beautiful one. Tell
That's a
us what
pleasure.
is your attention for April and tell us about your fairy tale.
I haven't prepared anything. I wasn't prepared for that. My favorite fairy tale is Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. There's just something about the story that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
And I guess in April, I'm going to be working on my fitness. That's something I need to get back in shape in. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So thank you so much, Yolandi, for being here. And you're
Thank
always welcome to join us again. So what we do in the PlayStation, my grandson is on my mind. I tell you, PlayStation. My play date, we just talked about what we did, what we're going to do, and then there will be some topic that I will be putting extra. So thank you so much. And we're going to dance out. I'm actually going to dance out with Dar's Forever song because it's her birthday. I just wanted to make sure, Ronnie, did you write something? Let me see if I. Yes, miracles every day. Oh, Ronnie, in March I spoke on some podcast. That was great. My fairy tale is Cinderella, as I relate to the hardships she suffered from, and they then found happiness. April is going to, I'm going to enjoy family, friends, and the rest, and enjoy the sunshine in my country. Wow, amazing, Ronnie. So you, Dar and Melanie and Yolandi and Ronnie, you are going into a beautiful season. You are going into your spring and summer. And for us here in the southern hemisphere, we're going into autumn and we're going into winter. And somebody said this weekend, my husband twice got qualifications as on a national for archery on a national playing field. So I'm super proud of him. And somebody said, I hate winter. I hate when it's cold. And I looked at this beautiful lady and I said to her, you know what? There's a season for everything. And if you don't have this cold winter and you're looking forward to the summer, when you receive summer, you will not appreciate it. And she looked at me and she said, wow, that was deep. Thank you so much for telling me how much I must appreciate winter. So we're going to have winter and you're going to have summer. So ladies, is there anyone that wants to say something? If not, I am going to quickly cue Dar's music. So if you can just hold on to me. Thank you so much, Jazari. So Dar, tell us what you're going to do this weekend, so, because I have to unmute myself so that I can take out the advertisement on your song. So I will be back in a second.
Okay, so this weekend, well, this week is a birthday week for me. I've got several friends that I'm going to be sharing a meal with. Like tonight, I'm going out, and Good Friday is my birthday, and I'll be having a couple of meals with some friends and going to church that night to celebrate Good Friday. And then, of course, Sunday is Easter. Saturday, I have a meeting with some friends. Sunday, we're going to go to church and then to a dinner with some friends. So it's all good. I pray all of you have a wonderful week and weekend, whatever is going on in your lives, in your location on this earth. Congratulations, Antoinette. Can't hear you.
I keep removing them. So I was wondering when your birthday was, because I didn't quite listen properly at that time when you said it. So I was like, okay.
The
But
7th,
anyway,
the 7th is Friday, Good Friday, yeah.
yes, yes.
I
yeah,
saw your husband's on the 6th,
Yes.
so we share the same birthday
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, and you
Wonderful.
guys, yeah. Well, enjoy. Let me not
Thank
take.
you. Congratulations, Wendy.